Well, hello and welcome. I just wanted to come on here real quick and do like an introduction video, just kind of explaining who I am and what I'm about and all that kind of stuff. I would like for you guys to watch my full transformation. So, with that being said, who I used to be growing up, I felt like that was exactly who I was meant to be. And as time went on, I slowly started to become one of those people that wanted to be included and to be normal and kind of fit my way into what everybody else was doing. The coffee, the blonde hair, the, all this other kind of stuff that just really isn't me. And I lost myself. So I am transitioning back to who I was, and maybe I'm a little different, maybe I'm not. But I mean, a lot of the things that I used to do, I used to love skating and biking and reading books, and I used to love the color black. I was always told that, it's satanic, the gothic way is satanic and all this kind of stuff. But the more that I investigate, the more I realize that is absolutely wrong. You can still have the gothic aesthetic without being a devil worshiper. I am not a devil worshiper. So, I really was conflicted for a long time. But investigating, educating is the best way to kind of, feel your way out about something. Don't always listen to what people say because sometimes it's wrong. And that includes me. I can be wrong as well, so I'm all about educating myself and other people educating me as well. I'm not perfect. Don't want to be. I don't want to be perfect because what fun would that be? Anyways, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into what I'm doing today, which is applying lashes. So today I am using the Kiss and Press On Falsies. This is in Voluminous. I don't know if that's going to change anything, but anyways, I use the 10, 12, and 14. So I may not use the 14. I may on just like the outer corners. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll figure it out as I go. Now, as long as it takes me to put them on, I'm not a pro. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. So with that being said, if you follow what I do, good luck to you, and I hope you get the same outcome as I do. But have faith that at the end, everything looks fantastic. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I think I'm going to use 114, a couple of 12s, and then a 10 for the inner corner, and hopefully that will look great. Once that's done, I will come back. So I like to actually start by crimping or curling my lashes. You can use any one of any curler. I really don't see a difference. Mine curl great with everything. Really, you just kind of have to figure out what works best for you. But this is just Revlon, and I got this at Walmart. I think it was like $8 or $9. Don't quote me. Got it a couple years ago. Anyway, so I'm going to start by crimping or curling my lashes, making sure they're standing up very nicely so that I can see the bottom band, so that I'm able to apply the strip to the band. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a couple, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how it's sitting. And then I can kind of go into explanation a little bit more about how I got to that point. So be right back. Okay, just to hop back on here really quick and kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let me get a little bit closer. So you see how these kind of, they go down just a little bit, but then they curl back up. But these ones are sitting perfectly up. So I'm able to see the band really well underneath. I noticed the difference. It may not show really too well on the camera, but if you really curl your lashes really good, you'll start to see how much they're lifting up compared to your other one and how easily you're able to see that lower band or the upper eyelid band. So with that being said, I'm going to apply the end strips to the lashes, the end of the lashes, not actually on the eyelid. I noticed that if I put them on the eyelid, they irritate my eyelid, so just be careful about where you're placing them. I feel like it's best to just place it along the lash line and not the eyelid. But I could be wrong. Do your own investigation, figure out what works best for you, however you want to do it. This is just the way that I do it. Anyways, jumping back in. So for the eyelash, adhesive, or the Bond and Seal, I use this, and it has the Bond and Seal on it. There's others out there that actually allow you to remove the eyelashes safely. There are other methods of doing that. You can look them up. I just prefer to use the actual stuff that comes to remove the lashes themselves. But let's jump back in. So to first start, I'm going to take the Bond side of the tube, and I'm going to just apply it to the lash base all along my eye. And then once I'm finished with that, then I'm going to start to apply the lashes. Once the lashes are fully on, I will give them a good clamp with the tweezers. Now, it came with these ones. I'm not really the best with these ones. I'm better at these, but I'm going to use these to apply, and then I'm going to use this one to kind of crimp. It helps to keep this from getting so tacky, which trick that I've learned is that after you apply lashes, I don't know if you guys notice how sticky it becomes after to do the rest of them. So one of the things that I like to do is either like to wet it and wipe it off, or I don't know. You guys do it how you want. I'm not a perfectionist. I don't, do it any kind of way, but no judgment. Don't be here judging. Don't judge. Anyways, let's jump back in. So I went ahead and applied the Bond to the end. You can see where I've applied it, and then you can see where it stops, and then I just have my regular lashes. But what I like to do is set it on the end of the lash, not on the eyelid, on the eyelash. So at the very base of the eyelash is where you're going to want to do that. And then afterwards, you're going to take your tweezers, and you can wet them with your mouth or water, whatever you want. I'm not judging. Don't judge me. And then clip it, or not clip it, clamp it. Anyways, so you see how it's not actually on my eyelid, it's actually on the eyelash itself. I feel like it sits really like a lot better. And then when you apply your next strip, make sure that you're applying a little bit onto the previous strip. I notice it helps it flow just a little bit better. So I'm going to keep going, and then I'll show you when I'm done with this eye, and you can see for yourself. So without further ado, voila. So this is what I have so far. And as you can see, what I did was I applied it to the eyelash band, and I feel like it helps it to flow just a little bit better. I'm not always great about lining them up perfectly underneath because I'm not a big stickler about what it looks like underneath, but you can perfect it to make it look like it's flowing evenly throughout the entire lash. Anyway, so now I normally just take the seal. I not only apply it to the bottom, right? I also apply it to the top, and then at the very end, I'm going to take these and I'm going to go across and clamp and make sure everything is sealed in there really nice and good. So I'm going to go ahead and seal this eye, start this eye, finish this eye, seal this eye, and then I will be back. Okay, got them all applied and sealed nicely. Now, as you can see, they're on there really good. Okay. So anyway, so next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start to apply my makeup. The thing that I love to start with, it's Dr. Wellness Hydrating Ultra Moisturizing Rose Hip Serum. If you guys don't have this, find it, get it. I actually got this one from Ross, and I'm getting low and I'm getting scared. So I need to start looking it up myself. Anyways, so I put it in this little squeezy tube bottle and created a little drip. So anyways, about me. So I switched over being so abnormal, so different, and then I transitioned to be like everybody else. Whatever was in, I liked it. Whatever was out, it was gone. And to be quite frank, none of the stuff that I got that I really liked. So I went through my entire house and I splurged everything that I could possibly splurge, got rid of it all. And so now I am doing what Amber Schultz does, and I'm actually looking for pieces for my house that excite me, that make me happy. And I found a couple of things that I like. I'm definitely loving the Gothic era, the Gothic architecture. The main thing that I'm really wanting to see is the Gothic Cathedral. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's in Germany. Plan to go there and see that. But there's some furniture during that time that I just absolutely loved, and a lot of it was actually hand-carved wood. So the bed that I'm looking at is a little bit pricey, so definitely gonna have to prepare for something like that. But I feel like once I get each piece of furniture, not only is it a good investment, but it's also stuff that's gonna make me truly happy. And I can appreciate the fact that people put their hard-earned, or their hard work, their time, their blood, sweat, and tears into each piece of furniture that they make, which I think is absolutely incredible. But that's just my opinion. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Next, I'm going to use the Olay eyes. I found out that this stuff works really great and it's super cheap. Eventually I'm going to do my Botox again. Yes, I do Botox. Oh. Anyway, so I'm going to go back and get my Botox done because, I'm okay to hear some judgment on that. I judge myself for letting it go that far. I cannot believe that I want to let it go that far, but ew. So anyways, I'm running out of breath. So anyways, I like to apply that under the eye. I like to make sure that I'm getting it really good into the corners. Try not to get into your eyes. I just like to apply it in these areas. I don't even know if it's the right way to apply it, but I'm doing it anyways, and it feels amazing. Next, I went over this before. I'm using the Power Fix Primer by Revolution. It smells like cucumbers. It's the best. I also used this in my first video. I think today I'm going to go shopping and get some new makeup, a couple of new pieces. I may film that. I may not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, so normally I see like a lot of the makeup artists or people that know about makeup, influencers and stuff, they actually just apply it to these areas right here, but I like to apply it all over my face. I don't know why. I like the evenness of everything. And I feel like it really kind of lays down the makeup really well in all areas. So anyways, apply, apply, apply. Okay, and then next, like I said, this is my tried and true. It's the Pharmacy Lip Mask in Smoothie. I got this from Ulta. It may be a little bit expensive, but my gosh, it works. If you were hydrated to the gods, this will make you seem like you had a lot of water, and it's so good. Oh, I can't. I can't. Okay, so that is my skincare routine before I put on my makeup. I did it in the first video and I did it in this video. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I'm going to finish my makeup and then I'll come back and then I will let you guys know what I'm wanting to grow back into, how I see my future becoming, what I see my future being like, and most importantly, what I'm going to be like. Hopefully you guys will stay and follow that journey, but let's go ahead and jump into the rest of the video. Be right back. By the way, I just want to hop on here real quick. If you're somebody that has like a pore foundation where it actually doesn't have like a pump or anything on it, one of the things I like to do to make sure that I keep my foundation clean is after I pour it out, I like to take the beauty blender or a brush or whatever you have and kind of just wipe along those edges so you're not actually wasting any product. So, and it also keeps your foundation clean. But that's a fun fact. If you want to use it, great. If you don't, you need to use it. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what I'm wanting to do to my hair. Let's see if you can see it. I'm not somebody who's going to put any beauty filters on until I get better equipment. And then I'm going to wear a beauty filter. Anyway, so a few other things that I kind of wanted to go over was my future, how I see myself, how I see my life, just everything. And so as this journey progresses, I want to be able to make more videos because I do like putting on makeup. I do like making myself look pretty, but there's times where I don't, and that's okay. But I want to become somebody who reads books more. I used to be a bookworm. I think it'd be really cute to kind of decorate somewhere in my house where I have a book corner. So if you guys have any good romantic, dark romance movies, books that you know of, please send them my way. Comment below. That would be wonderful. Anyways, so moving forward, I definitely want to be somebody who's more active, hiking, fishing, skating, and biking. I am somebody who goes to fitness classes, so I think it's really nice. I go to Orange Fitness. I think it's, you know, it's a great deal that they have going on. I think the plan I pay for is like $75 and I get 4 classes a month. You can add on more. I think it's like $18. I'm not quite sure. But so far I really like the class. I've had some health issues and I'll talk about that in another video. But so I haven't been able to really go as much as I'm wanting to. So definitely other activities outside of fitness, you know, just staying active is most key for me, for my future. And then another thing, I want to be able to travel more. I love traveling. I love going to new places and seeing new things. So I think that would be a really great thing to kind of add. To me being as a person, just kind of moving forward, I'm currently going through therapy. I've got anger issues. I've got issues with saying wrong things and making wrong choices and not being the best person that I can be. I really want to be a nice person. I want people to want to approach me, to say hi to me. You know, I want to make people feel beautiful. When I'm in the mall, when I'm in a casino, whenever I'm in any kind of place where there's a lot of people around and I see women, I just like to add a smile to their face, or a guy, whoever it may be. I just want to say something kind, something nice, like, oh my gosh, your hair is so pretty, or I love that shirt on you, I think it looks fantastic. You know, just kind of spreading positivity, putting on people, you know, smile on people's faces. I think I want to push that a lot more. I want to push, you know, for, you know, if I feel like if I put that vibe out there in the world, that, you know, it will help make the world better, make the world a better place. Because when we come down to it, if we each have that mind frame, eventually it will change. So if we keep working on being better people within our lives and our friends and families' lives and even strangers' lives, then I feel like everything will start to become better. But, you know, it's wishful thinking. So in order to start the change, you have to be the change. So let's see if it works. We'll see if it doesn't. But anyways, so that's just kind of a little zhuzh about me and kind of what I'm wanting to do moving forward. And then how I'm wanting to look wanting my house to look like is total goth era. I want hand carved stuff. I want, you know, just stuff that just bring me total happiness. And like, you're gonna see the before and the after, and you'll see the entire change. And I'll be going through that over the next few months. I'm really super excited. So glad to have you here. So just like, comment, share, subscribe, do the whole 9 yards, and watch me become from this to something incredible. So we'll go on this journey together. Anyways, I hope you have a fantastic day. Remember to drink water. Hope you get nothing but red lights, and your pillows stay as cold as you like them to be. And moving forward, be the best you that you can be.